So here we are with the fifth and final round of Swiss at the Stoke Guys That Game Chronos Tour event held on the 6th of April. Myself there on my left once more playing Chaos Theory, and Dan from Stoke on the right playing Cerebral Imaging, and again a local chap, and with a very fine Easter-themed mat, it would seem, and you know, close to Easter, I suppose, at the very least. So, certainly doing well. I myself, if you again haven't had the chance to watch the previous videos, I would suggest you do so. But I'm at the point currently where only winning both of these rounds will suffice for me making top 8. My corp side is utterly awful. I've only won one corp game all day, and I know that I have to take both matches in order to stand a chance of getting top 8 at this point, and to win a glorious Chronos Tour mat. So we're going to pass the turnover. He's going to subliminal messaging. I would say first click, but it's not, because he gets it back, taking him to 6 credits. I was really happy to see a Cerebral Imaging deck, to be honest. It's one of those decks that it's just, it's fantastic at, again, doing funky things, lovely combos, and trying to combo out as quickly as possible. He's going to ice up Apr14, and he will green level clearance. Probably should have done that first. You always want to draw your cards earlier rather than later, just in case you change your mind on what you want to play ice-wise. And for instance there, he drew up an agenda, and probably now wishes he'd iced up instead. And he's going to draw past turn over. So he's going to be having a lovely monster hand there. So I'm going to run R&D, he's not going to res. I'm going to score the efficiency committee, so a little bit unlucky there on his part. I'll go again, see nothing. I'm surprised he didn't res the Eli there. Again, you've got to be careful with Cerebral Imaging. You can't take too many risks with money. You have to have a big pool of cash in order to be able to keep your hand size the way it is. And I'm going to spend my whole turn running and see Abotic Labour. If I've got easy access, I'll take it. That's the bottom line. So I'm already on 2 points. Scoring at this 4-2s is ideal for me really at this point, particularly because it's a Cerebral Imaging deck. He wants to score those efficiency committees and be able to combo out with things like Shipment from Sandstand and so forth. So losing the early efficiency committee will, I think, probably hurt him long term here. He's going to play a Chimera on HQ and I think a Chum, which is a very, very strong combination. You know, it pretty much guaranteed hit there with the Chum. So very, very, very strong. It's going to be expensive for him though. He has to keep resing that Chimera, and if I do get my Breaker Suite out quickly, then that's will hurt. He's going to res the Eli here on R&D. My first click I spent running it. Oh, sorry. I said run HQ. That's right. We made a mistake. I said run HQ. He obviously just kind of got tunnel vision there and thought I said run R&D. I said I'll run R&D anyway. That's fine. I'll click through and access, and I'll score another efficiency committee. So a little bit of luck there, to say the least. That's 2 efficiency committees scored, taking me to 4 points. And denying him his agendas, and that is part of the problem of Eli. It's great central ice if you kind of have something else there as well. It's not what you want to see on its own. You know, okay, 3 clicks for a run isn't exactly uneconomical for him, but at the same time it allows me to access, and that's exactly what I did here again. Run, click, see nothing, and I've still got a click spare to be able to fetch what I need. And I'm going to play an SMC and pass the turn over. So I know he's got a power shutdown in hand there, I've seen it. This is an opportunity for him to get rid of the SMC if he's concerned about me being able to go in and take his breakers. I would suggest probably not the best time to play it really. He kind of wants to wait until I find a corroder. I'm going to run click again, see nothing. I just want to force pressure on him to put more ice there on R&D rather than on HQ. That's the intention. He seems to be a little bit ice light in hand at the moment. He doesn't have a great deal of it. He's going to anonymous tip and draw through. Seeing an agenda and some ice. Looks like a Project Wotan there, as well as a green level clearance. So he's running 3-point agendas, which is always a substantial risk in any corp deck. You have to kind of hope that you score them rather than them. But he's going to ice up R&D now here. Got a stim hack in hand. I'm not too concerned about brain damage in a Cerebral Imaging deck. It's unlikely that he's going to be damaging me in any particular long term. I'm going to run R&D and see it wrap around. That's fine. I'm just deciding here whether to go and fetch the corroder, or whether to use it to find a magnum opus and bounce off instead. I am going to go and fetch something. I'm going to go fetch the corroder. Probably an error here. I think, in retrospect, probably bouncing and getting the early doors magnum opus would have been stronger, but I do get an access here at the very least if I pay 1 and click. And once again, it forces a response from him. You know, a credit and 2 clicks is still expensive, there's no denying it. But if I keep top ducking agendas at the rate I am, he will have to respond. So I'll run access to see nothing but a piece of ice. And I'll draw, seeing an account siphon, which is nice. Account siphon against cerebral imaging, very strong. If I can find a way to get through HQ, that'll do some good work. The problem is, I don't know what's there, but knowing that a Chimera's on HQ is going to make that challenging. First 2 clicks, Dan's going to blue level clearance, taking lots of money and drawing up some cards. Great card, absolutely fantastic card in cerebral imaging, really good. Looks like he's drawn up another 3-pointer there, another Project Wotan. He's going to triple ice up R&D, and I think at this point I just kind of say, meh, not too bothered about R&D anymore. Again, this deck's got a few different tricks. I think I've kind of shot myself in the foot a little bit here by not having the early Magnum Opus in play. This deck is very economy light, and it needs it. I'm going to draw first click, see a same old thing, which is no good to me at this stage. I'm going to draw again and see the Magnum, so that's encouraging. I've got 3 of them in the deck, so hopefully I can see them soon. I'm going to take 2 credits, and with a view to playing that as soon as possible, discard a torch. And I'm possibly thinking of, oh, yeah, may discard. There's the stim hack there. Not sure about that one. I guess if I had a SMC out, I'm probably more tempted to keep it. He will hedge fund, so plenty of money now already. And a monster hand quickly establishing itself. But he's on no agenda points. I'm on 4. I can afford to take the tempo hit by installing the Magnum Opus and clicking for money. I'm in no immediate rush. Cerebral imaging, you do have to be careful, because oftentimes there will be a combo of sorts, whether it be he uses all 3 Bartics in one turn to score a ridiculous number of agenda points, but irrespective, you do have to be careful. Even on 0 points, a cerebral imaging deck can be dangerous, and you shouldn't take anything for granted by any stretch. And this is what they excel at: icing up HQ, icing up R&D, not bothering with remotes, and literally just building and amassing a huge pile of credits and waiting for an opportunity to Bartic labour, archive memories, score a couple of agendas, do it all again. It's very difficult to stop once they have the cash. And so at the moment we're fine. He's on 12 credits. He's well out of range of being able to combo out, but at the same time I do have to be aware that just because he's on 0 points doesn't mean he's down and out by any stretch. You can see there he's got a Biotic. I know he's got an archive memory as well. He's going to hedge fund for even more money. And, you know, that account siphon I have in hand isn't going to do a great deal of good at this stage, unless I can get through there on HQ. He draws up into another efficiency committee. So he's got about 7 or 8 points worth of agendas in hand there. I'm going to diesel first click. And look, I've seen a test run, which is good. I've got an indexing there, which could be useful. I've got the Corona to be able to get through most ice on R&D, just the one mystery piece. But I have a sharpshooter in hand, so at the very least I can face check a roto. I'm going to play the same old thing out. And I will play... Oh, am I going to play it? I don't really want to have to discard it. It's a good card. I kind of want that sharpshooter in play, but I'm going to take 2 credits instead and look at a discard. And going to get rid of a scavenge. Not ideal again. A kind of card you want to hold on to, especially with a test run in hand. But I've got a plan. The plan is for, I think, an indexing there on R&D. Lock him out. At the very least, I've also got the option of bringing out a Sneak Door Beta with my test run and accessing his hand 3 times over. Got a Melange there and a Paper Wall. Maybe looking to establish a remote at this stage. It's also got a Next Bronze, which is going to install, and the Melange goes in there as well. So a great card just to sit there and get some cash for him. Forces the pressure. Could be an early doors agenda here, so I've got to be cautious, I've got to be careful. I'm giving some thoughts here to test running out the Fem and putting pressure on that remote in case it's an agenda. Got my economy established, so it's not the end of the world. And again, it's only going to cost me 3 credits and 2 clicks to actually go through there, or probably a little bit more. But it's not going to cost me a lot to check it, whatever it is. I know it's a Melange here, of course, but oh, you're offering me a sweet. What a gentleman and a scholar. So I will test run. I'm almost certain here we're going to see the Fem out. Indeed we are. 3 credits to bring out a Fem, even if it doesn't stay on the board, is strong. It's just great remote pressure, and it means that he's now in a position where choosing to build a remote is a dangerous thing to do. He knows I have good remote pressure here with the Fems, and he has to be careful, so I'm going to bypass that ice. I'm going to run. Unsurprisingly, he will almost certainly res the... Oh, sorry, the next bronze, not us. Sorry, I thought it was a paper wall. I'm going to take 2 credits first, just in case he's got multiple subroutines, and then third click I'm going to run. He will res the next bronze for 2, and I'll bypass the next bronze and then trash the melange for 1. So I don't have the option to scavenge the Fem at this stage, which is a shame. Kind of would have been nice to put it on the chum maybe and start pressuring HQ. You obviously can't put it on the piece of ice after the chum, but on the chum itself is fine. But it's fine. 3 credits. Got rid of his melange. That's useful. It means he just can't sit back and soak up all kinds of money and start comboing out. So I'll draw it back up into the Fem as well as the Zoo. The Gatekeeper there. Keep whatever it is. The Go Gatebreaker. That only costs 1 to install. Lovely days. Happy days. So I've got a full breaker suite of sorts. I've got the memory to be able to install it. Just don't quite have the cash yet. So I'm going to take 4 credits and pass the turn and discard some cards. No immediate rush at this stage. And discard the Fem. So I'm giving some thought here. Again, I'm realising quickly here that my time is running out. It may not look like it, but it most certainly is. He's just going to take some money. And I've got to be careful here that I don't get complacent. I'm on 4 points. It's easy to get complacent on 4 points. All I need to do is steal one of those 3-point agendas that he has in hand, and I can win this match. I don't know that he has 3-point agendas in the deck as yet. From all I can see, it's a fairly standard HB agenda mix-up. I'll drop into an SMC there. And here I'm giving a lot of consideration now to sneak dooring, so I'm going to put that down, and I'm going to take some money. And the idea is to bring out the sneak door beta at the beginning of my turn, and I use all 4 clicks to go and hammer his hand. That's the idea. It also means that he can't power shutdown because I didn't run, so that's also strong. But power shutdown is a great one-off splash in this kind of a deck. He's going to Bartik out a Vitruvius and take him up to 2 points. That's his whole turn, so it's not a combo out, but at the very least he's scored 2 points now and taken it out of his hand, which I'm a little bit gutted about because I'm now thinking, how many more gens is he going to have? It's got to be a sizable amount at this point. So I'm inclined still to stick with plan A, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay my 2 and my 4 to bring out a sneak door beta. And I'm going to start pressurising his hand and force him to ice up archives at the very least. I know he's going to have ice to be able to do it, but if I can steal a cheeky 2 points here, which is what my plan is, it puts a lot of pressure on him. Hopefully I can slow him down enough. So first click, we are going to use Sneak Door. And now we've got the monster. So he's going to go, and I'm going to stop. Thank you, I'll take that one. And unfortunately for him, it's a Project Wotan. It's 3 points. I take the win. Oh, he's going to leave me hanging. Harsh. I don't think he meant to intentionally, but he had a fair few agendas in hand. Probably still a little bit unlucky there. I had a lot of luck off R&D accesses at the beginning of the game, and then managed to pull one with my first click there. And there's the handshake. That's nice. But you know, it's good. I saw again the power of Sneak Door in this tournament over and over again. It's certainly, as you can see from the casts, won me 2, probably 3 of my 5 rounds. It's a very strong splash and shaper who have the opportunity to bring it out at any point they wish, and it's a little bit of a surprise. It's not something that people expect. People expect to see it against Gabe. They possibly even expect to see it a little bit against when they're playing against Andromeda, but no one necessarily sees it coming in shaper unless you're the Professor, and it's a very strong card, and it's done very well in this tournament. So we move on to my final match. A win is what I need, and I hope to join you there.